and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 80. Your weekly dose of PiGosaur Cup action. It has been an intense tournament so far, featuring our semis, but now we're here with our top 2 players of the tournament. We are here with the grand finals. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rainfall, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss player himself. We have the French Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. So let us go. We are here, we are back, we are jumping into our best of 5, and if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our best of 5. Let's go. Let us go. We are jumping on in. Welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Shorter resistance by ground. Hyper aggression is typically favored here on Rainfall as the SCV moves out across the map, and the goal here is to eBay block. We're here to move out. We're here to block that low ground expand. eBay is going to be thrown down. Let's go. And we'll see how long it takes for Clem to recognize what's going on, and we'll see if he's forced to expand elsewhere. Probe does move down to low ground, and we attempt. Yep, Nexus is denied, and with that, the probe is being forced over towards the 3rd location. Ramen. What's going on? Is that intentional? I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like a monster logo or Shopify logo. I don't think that's meant to be. Yeah. Roadrunner. I noticed this earlier. So this map was updated. Fun fact. Yep, we have it. This map was updated to the new version, which does have a different array of water effects, I should say. But it looks like the logos weren't added properly. Let him know. I'll let him know. Beautiful. As ByuN. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it does begin with the initial eBay to force the unnatural to force Clem's expansion here on the low ground. From here, ByuN is going for his starport, for the proxy starport to dive into the main with his mass Hellion. So Hellion aggression is on the way, and we'll see if Clem can maintain his position here. Again, he's going to be forced to defend both his main and his quote-unquote natural at the same time. He spread. Adept does get eyes on the initial Hellions at least. Ooh, Adept does go down. But again, Clem is not aware of the lack of starports. Clem working with incoming information. As Clem is going to be chased down. Ooh, and we'll lose the Stalker. Now, does get eyes on the massive amount of Hellions here, so Clem, he's aware he needs defenses back at home. We should be seeing batteries thrown down, at least in both the main base and the natural. But again, little does he know that we have, not Proxy Medevac, but Proxy Liberator. Yeah, Liberator's on the way. Clem does find the Proxy, though. Does find the starport. He knows. He does see, he does know. He's setting up at his bases. Needs to prepare for the eventual potential drop, but we can see that's going to be Liberator instead. And here comes ByuN. Remember, 3 Hellions do one-shot probes, and we have plenty of Hellions to work with. Liberator into the main base, Hellions into the natural, and Clem is being torn apart. Ooh, we get in. It does get in. Boys are going down. They're getting roasted. Massive connections. 11, 13, 15 probe kills. Game-ending damage. This is far too much here as every probe goes down to the natural. Ay. You get no battery in position, 0 mining in the main base, 0 economy whatsoever. Oh my god, he's got 2 probes mining in the natural. No, the Hellion shots. We stack up. Oh my god. Yeah, Clem stacks up 24 probe kills, and that is too much. GG gets called. Game-ending damage. ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN will take a lead in the series. Again, when it comes to this early game defense, especially when you're forced to take the unnatural natural, the early game defense is so difficult. Despite scouting the mass Hellion, I'm a little bit surprised though that Clem did not go for the initial. Oh, he did not go for the for the shield batteries. No batteries in the bases, no batteries in each mineral line. Let's go. As we are loading into Voidstorm, which we haven't seen too much of as of late, but I'm looking forward to it. we did cast a banger of a match last night when it came to Classic versus ByuN in last night's Sparkling Tuna Cup. Has a lot to live up to. Lot to live up to. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Voidstorm, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself. We have the French Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player, himself. We have the South Korean Terran for Shopify. It is ByuN. Apparently there's actually actual salmon ramen place in South Korea. Oh, let's go. 24 probe kills against Clem. Oh, again, Clem, he scouted. Remember, Clem, he scouted the Hellions. He saw the proxy starport as well. And Clem, he chose to have minimal defenses. Or I say chose to, but like, again, the defenses were quite minimal. He was aware what was coming his way, but again, was still overwhelmed. And maybe some overconfidence there. Or, I mean, again, we need to tighten up. We need to tighten up that early game defense here. But I should also reiterate once again that it was just a very difficult position to be in considering the base location, right? Being forced to expand at the unnatural natural, it is very difficult to actually defend, and to maintain ourselves is difficult. But let's go. Let us go. As we are going to be getting into game number 2. And welcome to Voidstorm. Voidstorm, we do have the healing pad here in the center. I believe there were some changes made from this version and the AVEX version, if I recall correctly, regarding, I want to say maybe these rocks. Like, I want to say there was some changes made here, unless it was updated in the current TLMC version. I don't know if from the time that we had the Tuna Cup last night and this event, if some of the maps were updated since then. Rocks moved. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, true. Rocks that we moved to the high. Were they moved to the high grounds? Was this like a stronger choke point? I can't quite recall. Ah, yeah. And the big one, of course, the healing pad. Yeah. The air blockers and the healing pad. True. Over to the right. I see. I might try to quickly say that in the chat, actually. What's the map pool for this tournament? Do we even have any other AVEX maps? There's no Blackrock. Voidstorm, Sanctuary, and... Okay, just Voidstorm and Sanctuary. Okay. I guess it's... Yeah. Guess it's okay. This map doesn't feature many of AVEX. Actually, the big one is Wavebreaker. True. Like, there are some big changes on Wavebreaker. So I'll bring that up. I'll let them know. For the time being, we are going to be opening up here. We do have an initial 1-1-1 setup into ByuN drop. This is quite dedicated. Both Maru and ByuN did popularize this a couple of years ago. The goal here is for economic damage. The goal here is for the Widow Mine ideally to be used to zone away the Stalkers while the Marines go to town in the mineral line. Let's go. Let us go. As Joktas move in. Clem, alas, he does warp in defensively here. He's got 2 Stalkers to defend, and probes are going to be going down. Once again, we don't want to waste a mine shot. We don't want to waste it. We're still holding on. What a mine is left, and Marines that do pick up. And we do catch 1 probe. Okay, 1 probe does go down. Drop back to the main, still no major damage, denies the mining. But Clem will defend. Yeah, with that Clem, he does hold, does defend, does claim his own third base. Behind this, it was 2 gates, I believe. Yes, 2 gate blink into a robo, into a third. A very economic build here by Clem, and so far is getting away with it. And so far, so good. ByuN behind this, I would imagine he will build up into 2 base play. Bearing in mind the healing shrine, the healing pad will add quite a bit to the aggressing player, and we'll see how ByuN makes use of this. Again, was a big part, was a major factor when it came to last night's broadcast and last night's tournament. We'll see as Stalkers, they poke in. Once again, no major damage. They just poke. They test the waters here. They test the natural. Raven has into the main. Raven does move in. Ooh, catching on some probes. Without a player is going to be building up. We're just building up in the center, working towards charge, working towards Colossus as well. Again, Clem, he got away with a more greedier build, and now he's able to build up into a stronger mid game. The pressure is very much so on ByuN. The pressure is on, and I'm not putting it past him to commit on 2 bases. For now, we're just waiting for Stim. Waiting for Stim, combat shields, all the upgrades to kick in, then ByuN can start to be active. Until then, he's stuck at home. Nice catch. Does catch the Observer. Here comes the move out. Stim is done. There's the Siege. It's going to be on Clem to slow this down, and he does catch a Marine. Gets 1, gets 2. 2, 3 Marines go down. Nice pickups. At the same time, drop into the mineral line, catching at 2 probes. Nice distraction here by ByuN. As ByuN does pick up, does pull away. 3rd TC. We're not going all in, we're expanding. So ByuN, he does expand. Ooh, catching out one of the Stalkers. Barely not. Barely not. There we go. 1 Stalker does go down. Colossus has arrived. With the arrival of Colossus, ByuN cannot move in. Yeah, he cannot move in. Despite that, more probes going down to the auto turrets. Not bad. 5 probe kills. Zelt's going to be thrown away. Decent catch out of ByuN. Clem, he does actually commit, he does slip by. There's not much at home to defend though. There's reinforcements. There's reinforcements, there's Widow Mines. Speaking of mine shots, it will go up. Nice connections. ByuN defends, and ByuN pushes. He's moving out across the map. Tries to stim in, Colossus in position. Catching out 1. Just the 1 mine. Other shot goes off, but tanks don't siege. Yeah, tanks, they do not siege. Clem, he defends, and ByuN has to get the hell out of here, has to pull away. Oh, the Medivacs, no, get out of here. Has to pull back, pull away. Clem does give chase, catching out an empty Medivac. That was close. Again, ByuN relentless here with his counterattack. With this harass. Clem being topped up. Tanks a little bit late to siege. ByuN, he looks like he will lose 1 tank. Yeah, 1 tank goes down. The other does siege up though. And he's trying to break through. He does get 1. Yeah, 1 Colossus goes down, he gets 1. He barely gets the other. Decent pickups, but again, ByuN loses with heavy losses, heavy trades. He leaves out far too much bio. Far too much there. ByuN is forced back home, and we did trade at least, right? He did catch 2 Colossus. Clem able to freely take his 4th base. Clem, he does so far maintain map control, and Clem has to, and ByuN has to recover. Has to calm down. Claiming his 3rd base, securing his economy. Healing Shrine was clutch. Yeah, hopefully the Healing Shrine doesn't impact certain things too much here. Like, as we were mentioning, like, the Healing Shrine should have an air blocker here, so I believe that means that Colossus shouldn't be able to make use of that, at least in the newer iteration of the map. I'll let him know after this. Clem does commit in. Ooh, oh my god, the mine shot, so he clumps up. Close counter's ground first. Okay, okay. I don't know if they can squeeze their heads in, but maybe they can. Maybe they can. As we do get the armor shed, boys being pulled. And boys being pulled, catching at the Archon. ByuN's holding on. Does lose a couple of SCVs here, but minimal losses. Does hold, does defend. And we're building up into the mid game. We survive. We're getting to the mid game. We have 4 CCs on the way. Ghost Academy into Viking production. We have ship weapons on the way as well. So we're getting into a longer game state here. We're surviving. Likewise, we should soon be seeing additional splash damage out of Clem, referring to either Storm or switching to Disruptors. We'll keep an eye on him. For now, just Colossus and Gateway units. Oh, they can squeeze in. There you go. They don't care. We did see last night what happens when Vikings try to lift within the healing pad. They just get pushed out. They just Remember, we were a little bit afraid that it'll get stuck in there, but nah, they get zoned away. Speaking of, there we go. Lands the Vikings, takes advantage of the healing pad. Let's go. I mean, he doesn't need to. I wonder if ByuN notices, but sure. Ooh, as he does get caught out. Yeah, it does get caught. Nice EMPs. Very nice. EMPs connect. The Colossus, they just go to town on the army, though. Yeah, Marines are falling. Colossus, they make their way through. They try to at least. Does overextend, losing 1. And losing all 3, actually. Oh my god, all 3 Colossus fall. And once again, ByuN, he barely wins that fight. The healing pad, though. Oh my god. Keeps the army alive. The power of the healing pad. True. It's pretty good. Yeah, Clem is able to hold on. Able to make use of the healing pad. Disruptors are amassing. +3 is on the way. And this is kind of what we were expecting here coming into Voidstorm, or Voidstorm, specifically Voidstorm and Rorschach. Oh no! Oh my god, massive connection. Was fights to be centered around the healing pad and for that to influence fights as well. We're getting that. That's what we wanted. SCVs. EMPs connects. Army does pull back to the healing pad. Heals up the Stalkers. For the most part. There we go. It does top up the army. As Clem rotates in towards the main. Oof. Does go for the massive warp in. Liberators are amassing though. ByuN, he does maintain control of the center of the map. He's holding on to the center. Zealots are being thrown away, but the main base is getting a bit out of hand here. Boys are being pulled, SCVs are going down. ByuN should be able to hold on here. Oh, punishes the Stalkers. A crazy blink? Oh my god. Clem blinks into the army. Clem is punished, bleeds out plenty of Stalkers. At the same time, Zealots overwhelm the main. Yeah, they do overwhelm. The main base is getting out of hand. 18 SCV kills, critical damage, and Clem is snowballing out of control here. 21 SCVs. He's still not done. Zealots in the main, the natural, and the 3rd expansion. That one prism, Pappy. That one prism. Snowball's out of control. 30 SCV kills. And that's critical damage. Like that's far too much at this level of play. ByuN still has a large army, don't get me wrong. But ByuN has to make use of it. He has to make use of it here. Is also pretty good. They're pretty good. Clem is moving in. Clem has momentum, pushing forward with his Colossus. This time there are no Liberators. And no Vikings either. Yeah, no Vikings, no Liberators, Colossus. They overwhelm. GG gets called, and Clem ties up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. But GG. GG, well played. As we are getting into game number 3 here, we're tied up 1-1. We're going to be loading into At Attorney's Edge. Whew. Let's go. Let us go as we need to get in. Oh, the other casters. Beautiful. So we're getting into game number 3. He's going to be loading into At Attorney's Edge. Let's go. Again, this has been one of the more popular maps in the map pool. Like, we casted quite a lot of games on At Attorney's Edge last night, and even today as well. Been quite popular. We've seen a lot of aggression, to be fair. A lot of aggression. This was the map that we did have a split map scenario on between PiGosaur and ByuN. We saw like a 35-minute game on a TvT on this map. True. We'll see if we can get there between these two players as well. We shall see. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the French Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran for Shopify. It is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. As we are going to be settling into game number 3 here. Bearing in mind this is the best of 5, so we still have plenty more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. There's still more on the horizon here for our players, for our series. And again, welcome to At Attorney's Edge. When it comes to the map itself, it is, I would say, typically a more aggressive map. We have been seeing a lot of players expand towards each other and take these more forward locations to be more aggressive, to be more assertive. Now, what I will say is that the Protoss player is more incentivized to expand towards the south side, the gold base. The gold base is going to be a big factor here, as Protoss are typically favored in the mid to late game if they can gain map control. And if we can gain map control, then the gold base will be a massive factor when it comes to just overwhelming and snowballing out of control and gaining that win. Like, we see that a lot in Title Citadel and in other maps which feature these gold bases. So it's going to be on ByuN to be hyper aggressive to ensure that that never happens, to ensure that Clem does not get comfortable and doesn't claim those low ground bases. Let's go. For now, single gas opener, ranks expand out of ByuN, going for an economic start. This time there's no eBay block, there's no disruption in the other game. None of that. As we are going to be settling in. From here, it is going to be reinforced into the reactor. ByuN, he has no scouting information, which is quite common. It's quite common in TvP. Just no SCV scout, no Reaper scout either. ByuN should be relying on his Hellion scout instead. As never mind, he goes 3cc, hyper greed out of ByuN. 3cc, 3 racks, hyper greed, hyper cutting corners is what I meant to say. He's cutting a bunch of corners here in the early game to go into a faster third command center, into a second and third axe follow-up, into a later stim timing. It's going to be on Clem to punish this. This build here from ByuN snowballs out of control and gives you a massive lead, specifically in the mid-game. If we get into the mid-game here, we'll have a boosted economy, faster 2 base saturation, faster 3 base saturation as well. Leads into like a 20 or 30 supply lead if it goes unhindered and uncontested. As ByuN will lose his Marine. And 2 Marines go down. Decent hull damage on the Stalker. ByuN does hold. Does hold, does defend. Again, we have that later sim timing available. Because of this build itself, it means that we have a later factory, and if Clem were to go 3 or 4 Gateling Stalker, there'd be no tanks to defend. And also later stim as well. Like, this is just such a greedy build, and typically the way you want to respond to this is either be hyper aggressive with your Blink Stalkers, or be hyper greedy to catch up, if not exceed, the greed of your opponent. First things first though, Clem has to realize what's going on. Does have to recognize. But now just chipping away at the initial bunker. Shout out to the moopies, by the way. We're all just watching Nova, I suppose. The moopies, pappy. I think my favorite part is, I don't think it's on this map, but there's like a, oh god, it was on platform 17? Was it 17? Where you had all the moopies in the middle, like, going over attack plans. Is it platform 17? I think of another map. Or they're all in the middle. They're all scheming. They're all plotting. What are they up to? What do they know? I appreciate the moopies. Oh, we even have like a hidden little room here. I didn't even notice. Let's go. Yeah, so from here we are building up. Again, Clem, he opted just to commit to 2 Gate Blink. So, sorry, 3 Gate Blink into a 3rd base. So settling into his own standard mid-game. No aggression here, and Clem currently has no idea what's going on. He's just now going to be scouting for the first time. He did see the 3-rack setup here, but should have noticed that it was a little bit later. Just now confirms the faster 3rd CC that's already complete. Now he knows. And you can see that does trigger Clem. Clem, he does move out. But I mean, the damage has been done. The 3rd base is getting up. Clem, he needs to delay. Oh, he catches 2. Yeah, the armies, they spot each other. Clem, he has the high ground. He has that high ground advantage. ByuN pulls back. Does distract the army, and throughout all of this, ByuN is claiming his 3rd. He's landing his 3rd CC on location. Completing off some Marines. Clem rushing into its 4th. But again, this does distract Clem and does allow the 3rd base to get up and running. It's getting up. Getting a sim. And he sims in, catching a Stalker. Not bad. And Clem is still rallying. He knows he has to do something here to the 3rd. Clem is moving in. And that shoulder rush distance by ground. From that 3rd to 3rd. Catching out one of the Marauders, not bad. And Marauder goes down. And we'll see if Clem can break through. Charge is complete. He's got his force fields as well. Oh. Trying to get into the mineral line. Boys are being pre-pulled. Zealous AP love. Zealous on left. Drop into the main base and the main army at the 3rd. The drop does get in. SV's going to be going down. ByuN did pull too far back. Nice force field. Zoning back ByuN once again. The force fields. Oh, force to lift. Yeah, force to lift up. Marines are being shut down. The Marauders, they cannot engage. That's too far back. Force fields were brutal. And we're just picking up free Marines. 11 SCV kills, by the way. Zealous, they just keep on going. Oh, God. Not again. Yeah, Zealous in the natural. Zealous in the main base. 12 SCV kills. Very nice damage here by Clem. And again, he only throws away Zealots. And he's still not done. 13 SCVs. Oh. Yeah, missed movement. But 13 SCVs do fall. Nice damage here by Clem. Does punish ByuN, at least in some way. Does punish. And here come the Colossi. The Colossi are now amassing. 4th base is fully operational. Clem has some momentum. ByuN has built up his death ball of an army. That is true. The main army has been building up this entire time. And he's pushing. He's pushing out, and does he catch Clem? As ByuN, he's committing. And will potentially catch the Immortal. Nice back, nice catch, nice pickoff. Immortal goes down. Oh, I say that, there we go. The Immortal does fall. Colossus now moves in. And he does race back home in time. He holds his own. Clem is holding, he's defending. Back at home, Ghost production has begun. But ByuN doesn't get across the map. Ideally, he wants to hit the base. He wants to hit the expansion. Doesn't quite make it. Force back instead. The game is slowing down. Clem once again gaining map control. He's able to move out, this time with Colossus. It's still on ByuN to survive, to defend, to hold the line. Pressure is still on. Let's try to move in. Pokes forward, catching out a couple of SCVs. That's 3 SCVs going down. Let's catch a couple of workers. Likewise, Clem, he rotates over. He's maxed. Clem is maxed out. Once again, heavily reliant on those zealots. I wonder if he even knows that there's a gold base here, by the way. Again, the players don't have too much experience here. EMP goes off, catching the Colossus. Zealot take a lapse in. Can he get on top of the Ghost? Vikings, they go to town. They go to town here, they get one. They're going to get the other Colossus. Barely, they will not. Colossus survives. They maintain this position at the same time the prison does move in. I would say this is a little bit late. Ideally, want to happen at the same time. Ooh, Colossus does fall. And ByuN has time to react to this. If it was happening at the same time, then there's a higher chance that the attention is split. So ByuN does pull away. Still bleeding out 12 SCVs though. Still a lot of damage. This Clem just keeps dropping. Yeah, it's still not done. Getting it to 70, 80. Do we get 20? No shot. Or the mass. He gets it. 20 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, ByuN cannot defend. The fun fact, the depot was cleaned up and there's still zealots here in the pocket. There we go, they get spotted. They do get spotted. But overall, nice damage here by Clem. Bearing in mind, Clem is on 80 probes. Like, Clem, he can afford these trades. Now, what is slowing Clem down are losing all the river units. So the Colossus count was reset, and it takes some time to rebuild those Colossus. So that is slowing Clem down. It's giving ByuN some time to breathe. He has some time here. 4th base now being taken. How many ghosts do we have? 2, soon to be 3. So 3 ghosts, a couple of EMPs. Viking count is still quite low. Only 4, soon to be 6 Vikings. Thankfully, there aren't that many stalkers, so there's limited anti-air. The lower Viking count might be enough. But here comes Clem. Clem just collapse in, getting us over the ghost. Ghost does go down. Nice pickup. Takes down the Ghost, the army does push forward, Colossus does waste DPS here on the depot. The control, the Colossus wasting DPS. Yeah, takes down the depot, takes down the Ghost Academy, they're just not a fight, they're just not a part of the fight. And ByuN is holding. Yeah, ByuN is holding on again, a bunch of wasted shots there from the Colossus. That was Clem A moving, but it looks like Clem was a little bit more attentive here. This is where his attention was lying. Takes down 6 SCVs. Clem rotates. But again, that was a good amount of like wasted DPS there, a good amount of swipes. ByuN is holding. Prism gets in. Oh no. Prism gets into the main. The Zealots. I mean, the Academy is gonna go down. It's getting low. Up to 4 Colossus. Jesus. It's a lot of Colossi, but not much buffer. Ooh, they're exposed. Yeah, they're on their own here, and ByuN, he stims in. He stims in, he gets 1, 2, 3, he might get all 4. He gets 2 so far. Breaks through the Stalkers, heavy losses here for Clem. heavy losses, but at the same time, the Zealots, they get another 20 SCVs, another 20 workers. Here come the Warpins, here come the reinforcements, and Clem has done it. At this point, Clem has done it. He has broken ByuN. As Zealot drops, they continue. Main army does move back in. This time he can kill the CC. The command center will go down. And ByuN cannot keep up. Not like this. Well, Jesus. Yeah, main army out of position. Zealot harass continues. And again, the soup is lying to you. The soup tells you, oh, even supply. No. You got 80 workers against 43. Clem can warp in, and ByuN cannot. He cannot reinforce. ByuN has one army. He has one strong army, and to be fair, like, the army is massive, right? He's got 110 army supply. It's one and done. He's going for his move outs. Clem just has to engage it ahead of time. A portion at a time, I should say. Brutal connection. ByuN does turn around. And ByuN has one fight in him. He has one fight. And ByuN is coming. Vikings, they catch the Colossus. Oof. And brutal Novas. Catching out one, catching out soon to be two Colossus. Not bad. Oh my, the Novas are crazy. The Novas, they just keep connecting. Not like this. Speaking of, we have another. Oh, I say that does get focused down. Again, ByuN is all in. He's completely all in at this point. Vikings, they do land. But there's still Warpins. Yeah, still more Warpins are coming in. Clem, he has enough to hold on, has enough to defend. GG gets called, the all-in fails, and Clem takes a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Does take that 2-1 lead. Again, ByuN, he was just being torn apart. He went for a greedier build, but as soon as Clem realized what was going on, Clem, he just never let up. It was unrelenting. There was some miscontrol, and there was definitely some more efficient usage of the Colossus that we could have seen out of Clem more than a couple of times. But in the end, Clem, he was still able to pull apart ByuN's attention with a non-stop Zealot harass. Zealot warping, Zealot run by, Zealot drops as well. Zealots were everywhere. We saw that in game number 2. We saw that here in game number 3 as well. As ByuN was torn apart, lost too many SCVs, lost over 40 workers to the Zealot harass. In the end, just couldn't keep up. In the end, he had built up a strong army, but he was all in. As he had no sustain, he had no economy behind it. So just one push is all he had. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem, he does take a 2-1 lead. And remember, this is a best of 5. Best of 5, Clem needs one game to claim the series. Does need one more game. Looks like our players are asking for a small break there. They're asking for a moment. Understandable. It is quite late. Un momento, papi, un momento. When it comes to the Vedas, I don't know what the map order is going to be, but they were notified that there are updated versions of the map that they can use if they do load into Sanctuary or Wave Breaker. But for now, it looks like we're going to a very short break. Going to be cutting to a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our next game. We'll have game number 4. We'll see you soon. See you very soon after the short break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, welcome back to the grand finals. The grand finals here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 80. We are mid-series, of course. We just had a very brief break here, allowing the players to catch their breath as we are getting into game number 4. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the red Protoss player. We have the French Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And welcome one and all to the updated version of Sanctuary 3, featuring slow zones. We have slow zones here in the center of the map, designed to try to hinder main army pushes from side to side. I'll be honest, I actually haven't casted much of Sanctuary 3. A little bit surprised, but when it comes to at least our tournaments and online cups, we've been featuring a lot more Wave Breaker. Wave Breaker has been a lot more popular, which I think is a good thing. At Attorney's Edge is another big popular one as well. Like, those two kind of come to mind when it comes to maps that we have seen more of. But Sanctuary 3, a little bit less so. We haven't been experiencing too much of it, despite the fact that I feel like it's a solid map. There's nothing too crazy. A couple of changes were made here. We do have a gold patch here blocking the low ground expansion. We have the slow zones as well. We have a couple of changes here and there when it comes to hindering, even the rocks. When it comes to hindering, when it comes to stopping too much getting in hand too quickly, I should say, when it comes to earlier game aggression, which I'm not opposed to. I feel like a lot of the maps in the TLMC map pool do favor aggression, maybe a little bit too much. So looking to slow things down a little bit and embrace the mid game, I think is a good sign, especially considering the current meta, right? The current meta does favor hyper aggression. We spoke about this during GSL, during RSL as well. But in the current meta, we see a lot of all-ins, a lot of early and mid game, very little late game. Has been a trend very much so in the meta as of late. And hoping that the patch and hoping that the map pool does help alleviate some of that. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll get into it a little bit more when it comes to our TLMC21 retrospective. We'll get there. It's just we've been so busy with GSL, like that. We'll get around to it. For now, Twilight Council. Twilight Council opener out of Clem. Getting to Blink. Likewise, ByuN going for his own... Rax Expand. Okay, Rax Expand here. CC is almost out on the high ground. Bit of a safer start here by ByuN, going for that CC on the high ground as he will soon expand. Meanwhile, we have our 1-1-1 follow-up into our Mine Drop. Again, ByuN, he did not scout. No SV Scout, no Reaper Scout. He's going for the Mine Scout instead. We'll be getting eyes on what Clem is up to with said drop play. Now, thankfully, I would say that Clem, he isn't really too diverse in his play. Clem, he's not really one that embraces Stargate openers too much or Robo openers. It's typically 2, 3, or 4 gate Blink. Like, that's kind of what Clem typically limits himself to. So there's not too much to concern when it comes to early game scouting. Not too much. But now we're setting up. We're setting up and soon to be moving out. ByuN does claim his expand. Let's claim. We have 2 more gates on the way. I believe that's going to be 3 gate Blink. So 3 gate Blink Stalker and the Robo as well. So very safe play here by Clem. Very safe. As he looks to expand on the low ground. Okay. I'm going for the safer expansion. He does expand away from the Terran. Mine Drop is coming in. Oh, through the slow zone. Let's go. I like to believe that the medevac stopped there just to like look at what was ahead of him. He's like, oh my god, where do these slow zones come from? True. Crazy. Does boost in. It boosts into the main. And Clem does react. It does react in time, does pull away, should maintain his economy, shouldn't take many losses here. Blink is done. Base out the first shot. Second one into natural, and once again, Clem will defend. This is all defense here by Clem. Minimal losses. ByuN does at least scout. He does confirm the third base timing and the third base location as well. So mainly scouting information here by ByuN. As he is zoned away, Clem likewise going into earlier charge, into a later bait. Into a later Robo, later Colossus. So just building up into the mid game. Likewise, ByuN also setting up back at home as well. Throwing in his tech labs, working towards Stim. We're calming down. At least for now. ByuN does commit. So far, zoning back the army. His 2 tanks getting within range. So far, so good. Marines are being picked away at, and there's not really that much support here. Yeah, he's forced back. He's forced back to the high ground. ByuN bleeding out far. He's gonna lose everything. Yeah, he's losing all these Marines. It's just too much. Is that just game? Is that ByuN overextends? He will lose the entire army, the Marines, the tanks, the everything. A couple of probes do go down to the Mine Drop, to the Liberator harass, but that is a massive loss for ByuN, and he lost everything. The tanks, the Marines, Sure, he's harassing, like this is some nice damage, but nowhere near worth losing his entire army. Oh boy. As Liberator is going to be cleaned up. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Nah, we didn't. Does get cleaned up. And yeah, that was just a little bit odd. I'm just a little bit shocked and surprised by the commitment there by ByuN. Yeah, GG. GG gets called with that Clem. He'll claim the series, and Clem will be this week's PiGosaur Cup number 80 champion. GG. Yeah, a bit of an odd move there by ByuN. I mean, hey, maybe the break, it may, what did he, it hurt ByuN more than helped him, but yeah. But yeah, just a really odd move to commit. Being active with that early marine tank is not too bad when it comes to maintaining control of the center of the map, but to push further down into the low ground towards the third base, that was a big commitment there from ByuN, and he got punished. He lost everything in the process. Sure, he was quote-unquote distracting for the Liberator, and he did distract. Liberator did kill 5 probes. That was okay damage, but because he overcommitted, because he pushed too far, it cost him the entire army, and that was just game. That was just game then and there. GG, well played. So ByuN does misjudge, does miscalculate, and does slip up there, and with that, GG. I did just mention that we haven't really seen many games on Sanctuary, and I stand by that because we did not get a game here on Sanctuary either. We did. Oh, GG, well played. It's unfortunate that Clem showed up right as ByuN went through the slow zone. Kind of. I mean, you say that, but Clem, he engaged with ByuN as ByuN moved down the ramp. Like, ByuN was already past the slow zone. You're correct in saying that ByuN needed to have sieged up earlier ahead of time to maintain that position, but I would say that was on ByuN, because if you remember, ByuN, he moved his tanks down to the low ground first. Like, he didn't try to sit up on the high ground specifically. So that, I would say that was still on ByuN for overextending with his tanks, not pre-sieging. Obviously, he didn't know where the stalkers were, so maybe a better way of putting it was that ByuN was greedy, right? Where ByuN, he had the option to siege up on the high ground, but he chose to move down further within range of the Nexus. Like, he chose to push forward, he chose to try to get within range of the low ground expansion, which is a greedier thing to do. High risk, high reward. GG. Right, GG. GG, well played. The additional gate still had the tanks on the slow zone there? Oh, okay. I might have missed that. Oh no, yeah, no, but I'm still referring to his still referring to ByuN just continuing to push forward with his tanks onto the low ground as well. Is what I'm in reference to. But very risky play there by ByuN. Very risky with that. GG, well played with that. Congratulations, Clem. He will claim the series. He will advance on, and he'll be our champion this week. Shout out to ByuN for making it to the finals. I would say that he had a very exciting series versus Percival. I would say that was the highlights of the broadcast, was ByuN versus Percival. Very high octane TvT. If you missed it, I recommend it. I do recommend ByuN versus Percival. It was a very intense and very fun series to embrace. Here at Clem versus ByuN, we did get to see some mid-game. Like, I appreciate what we saw on Voidstorm, for example, being able to see the healing pad come into play. That was like a great sight to behold. But again, I'm still like in reference to like the old Sun Temple, and seeing the games played on that, for example, was a lot of fun, was solid. So I do recommend those games. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. A bit of a shorter broadcast today, as again, it was a bit of a shorter tournament. And with that, we have the rest of our schedule. Now, if you want some more StarCraft action, we have a jam-packed schedule, as always, here on the Cranky Ducklings. Again, we cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there, more StarCraft than Wardy, more StarCraft than Steadfast. We have all the content, we have the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality as well. Now, we just wrapped up with our Wednesday morning broadcast of PiGosaur Cup, and later on tonight, we have the GSL. So GSL is going to be in around 6 hours. In just under 6 hours time is going to be GSL. We do live cast GSL every single week. We casted GSL CK. We were the only English casters covering the GSL qualifiers, fun fact. And we are covering the GSL main event as well. Shout out to Soup for providing the clean feed. We are provided the clean feed to cover the events live, but a stipulation to that is that the live coverage is only on the Soup platform. If you don't know what Soup is Africa TV. Africa TV, they rebranded as Soup, and they are basically another streaming platform, not Twitch, not YouTube, and they do run GSL, and because of that, they enforce the fact that it can only be live streamed on Soup. It can only be live streamed on Soup. So if you want to watch some GSL, Soup is the place to be. Again, that's going to be in 6 hours time. Meanwhile, if you want to watch the VOD, if you aren't quite available, as it is a rough time for the Americas region, for example, it's not the ideal time to watch StarCraft. A little bit better for Europe, a little bit better for, of course, other parts of the world. But you can also always tune into the VOD. That'll be over the weekend. That's why you can see here we have a GSL scheduled for tonight, for Wednesday and Thursday, and you can see GSL also scheduled for Saturday and Sunday. That is the rebroadcast over on YouTube. That is going to be the rebroadcast. That's going to be the VOD. Going to be rebroadcasted over the weekend. Again, another stipulation is that we can only reveal the VOD on other platforms 48 hours after the live stream. So we have to wait at least 2 days until we can showcase the VOD elsewhere. That is what that weekend GSL schedule is. So if you can't watch it live, if you can't watch it on Soup, then again, we'll be available on other platforms over the weekend. So that's why we have double GSL. Otherwise, we have StarCraft Evolution. SCL is going to be on Friday. We have the Pondcast on Friday. We have a Duckling Open and the Tuna Cup as well on Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft as always here. 2 casts a day every single day. We have Thursday morning free, thankfully. That's if we really wanted to, we have more than enough to cast another event there. We could cast like Amantes or Code for Giants Cup or War DCV Monday, or we have replays available for another cast if we wanted to, but we wanted to at least have one morning free. Just one morning, pappy. We have Thursday morning free. That's tomorrow morning, so we can actually get some sleep and some rest. Let's go, pappy. Let's go. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys either tonight for GSL or tomorrow for GSL, or over the course of the weekend, Friday, StarCraft Evolution, other content. We'll see you guys next time. Otherwise, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. It funds our Duckling Open and Tuna Cups and Master Swan Open as well. All of our tournaments are funded and fueled by Patreon. You can also support us on all the socials. We just mentioned, hey, if you missed out on GSL, the qualifiers, the round of 12, the round of 8, if you missed out on Tuna Cups or Patch Clash or StarCraft Evolution content, or Homestory Cup, Thunderfire, all the StarCraft, it is all over on our YouTube channel. So check us out on YouTube. All the VODs are available on a daily basis. Plenty of VODs, plenty of content. It's all there. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you guys either later tonight or at some point during the week, because we're live every day, multiple times a day. Thanks for watching. Stick around. We'll be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid, and also a big shout out to Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus, for those who don't know, he does fund the event. He funds the PiGosaur Cup. That's why it's PiGosaur. He's the dinosaur part of the PiGosaur Cup. So big shout out to Stegosaurus for running the event, for hosting the event, for sponsoring the event, and for doing all that he does for this tournament. Pig is a sponsor, but Stegosaurus does everything else behind the scenes, and even ran the events before Pig became a sponsor as well. So much love. Much love to Stegosaurus, and we'll see you guys next time. Who is live at the moment? I see Juanito is live. I see Huevito is live. I see Paolo is live as well. We'll keep some. Paolo, he gave us a raid last time. We'll give him some love. We'll give him some support. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.